So welcome back to the channel. Focused Hands here, and in today's episode, I'm going to be painting. I bought some Cerakote, some tester Cerakote for a build that I'm working on that I haven't really shown you on the channel yet. I've been gone for like almost a month. I've been doing some interesting things in the background, but we'll talk about that stuff later, a later video, probably in this video, who knows. But to get back on topic here, I want to start Cerakoting my uppers and lowers and whatever I'm doing with the firearms that I'm building, that eventually I will go for sale. So the idea is to try to use this. This is an electric oven. What are they calling it? They're calling it a toaster oven, but it has convection heating. It's like a convection oven as well, and that's what we're going to use it for. It's for the convection bake side, and then we need it to be at 250 degrees here, and then I want it for stay on. So I'm not starting it yet, but that's kind of the parameters I want. Is I want it to bake, convection bake, having air circulate around it to keep it keep the ceramic coating from getting hot spots, which is what the convection coating works with, I guess, or does well to prevent, is hot spots, is what I'm trying to say, hot spots. This is what I think, in theory, it should work. I'm not going to use my oven in the house because that's just silly. And if you're doing that, don't do it. So I went out and I bought this thing from Walmart, of all places. And $74, something like that. $74, $80, something after tax. Not really a big deal. But I want to give it a shot. So let's go get the lower and pull out the pump. I bought a new air gun to spray this stuff in, mix up all the stuff, and get this thing in here and see. So before I do that, got a little ahead of myself. I'm going to, where is it? I'll have to find it. I'm going to use this wire here at the top setting. So I'm gonna put it at the very top, and what I'm going to do is wire the lower to the bottom of this so it sits suspended, and that should work. It should be able to suspend this, and that's the one I'm going to use to keep it from touching the bottom. You know, clever idea. You can get away with stuff like that, and I may even suspend it using some metal string here on top of that little ledge there, but we'll see. Let me get it open and we'll kind of go through my thought process before I click y'all out. Stay focused. So this is the idea. I know this is flipped upside down because this part's supposed to go to the bottom, but that's great because now I can suspend the unit, the lower, in this section here, and I can actually fit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lowers and maybe some uppers, and if I have them in this section. So this is a pretty good size, I would say, toaster oven for what I'm going to do. Like I said earlier, here are my parameters. So 250 degrees for 2 hours. You want it on convection ovening, or you want it on convection oven, and then you want it to be set to stay on. So you're going to, how do you say? You're going to keep a timer for the 2 hours so that it cooks evenly. So when I'm spraying the lowers, I'll use this thing. I'll pull it out, put the lowers on a metal string, spray the lowers, and then I'll just slide them directly into here without touching them. And I think we'll be good to go. Let me take off this tape here. Yeah, kind of like that. So if this sounds interesting to you, and if you want to try this idea, hey, it may work, it might not, it might fail, but guess what? Failing is great because you learn what not to do and or how to change it to make it work for you. That is focused hands. And what is that? Essentially focused arms. I was eating some candy earlier. Got a little red on me. All right, so here's that Cerakote that I got. Today's spray, I will be doing the FD. What should I say? Flat Dark Earth, FDE, Flat Dark Earth. Here's the product code number if you want to look this up for yourself. I'll bring out the unit here in a second. Shake it up. And I also got OD Green for my OD Green build, which is why I've been taking a little time off from YouTube, because I've been kind of building a whole scenario for why I think this, for me, is better than this in the area that I live. I'm really trying to think about tactical advantages of my area and how I can blend in. And since I'm in a more greenish environment area, I'm really urban for where I live at, but I have a lot of green around me. Even in the urban environment, there's a lot of green around me. And this OD green is going to fit far better than this FDE in the same area. I actually blend in real well with this. This is kind of crazy. And a lot of my training that I've been doing thus far behind the scenes off camera have been with just OD greened out, blending in, hiding in the environment. This is kind of what I'm using this for. So I can't wait to get on that series to show y'all what I've been working on. Without any military experience or anything like that, they probably find me real quick. Who knows? But at least I'm out trying something than just quarterbacking here on the internet kind of thing. So these are oven cured. This is H. This is their Cerakote H product. You need to oven cure it at 250 degrees. And this is a tester size. These two things here together were like $70, $80 after tax. It comes with the catalyst you're gonna need. Comes with the catalyst. So we're gonna spray this stuff in and see how it goes. Stay focused. All right, so here's kind of the setup that I was talking about earlier for those that need visuals. I'm more of a visual learner, so here's how I kind of have it contracted a little bit. And when I finish, doing what I need to do, I just carefully bring it over, slot it in, beep, right? This works. This will work. It's crazy. All right. Oh, I needed those. So I need to put that down at the bottom because I'm going to Cerakote these as well. These screws for my pistol grip. And then I think I'm going to Cerakote the PDQ 15 as well. So let me go get that stuff and get it ready. And I think we'll be good to start. I had to do a little bit of a contraption here, and it works. If I spray it, it's at, hopefully it works. It's supposed to be at 30 PSI, but we'll see. I'm running it off of my main compressor over here instead of this one because the fittings don't work for this thing. So I'm hoping, crossing my fingers here, hoping that it all works. But look at that. Look how cool that looks. I can't wait to turn it on, hopefully. Anyway, let me think about this more, clean it, and get the correct ratio for paint to hardener, get it all mixed up, and I will be using this one, and I think we'll be ready to go. So yeah, a lot to do for prep work setup, but we're gonna do it. Stay focused. So pizza's in the oven. Check back here in like 2 hours. Let it cool for 15 minutes. I even got the screws in there and the PDQ 15 there at the bottom. Got those cooking. Let me go and set my timer so we can get started with this. I also need to, I still have a lot of paint left, which I'm a little annoyed by. I didn't think, I thought I was gonna need all of that, but I didn't. So I'm gonna need to figure out what I'm gonna do to paint some more lures while the going is getting good, right? So let me think through that process real quick. Stay focused. Hi, sounds about right. Ooh, I'm at 99.7. Uh-oh. All right, so believe it or not, it's been 2 hours, and we are now ready to take out, well, the code calls for 15 minutes of ambient temp, so letting it sit out for 15 minutes, and then we can use it. So let me go ahead and turn it off. And I'll bring down the door. Let me give y'all a close look up in here. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. Shout out to you, Nelly. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, did I get back there? I couldn't see. We'll see if I got up under there. But yeah, so I wanted, so my ratio was a 24:1. I wanted it more matte, if anything, than glossy, because I definitely didn't like the glossiness on the pack mule. And that's why the pack mule is kind of torn apart, because it's undergoing some revisions. A lot of revisions, actually, since the last time we discussed the pack mule on the channel. But yeah, this looks pretty decent. I can't wait to get this thing together. I might do it today and then show y'all a big reveal later on once I get everything all together. But yeah, so here it is. I'm gonna let it cool down for 15 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer again, and then we'll come together again and check it out hands-on, and then we'll end this video. So stay focused. All right, let's take it out here. My hands aren't burning yet, so that's great. Oh, well, I don't have anywhere to set it down. Let me take it out the wires. Hold on. Well, from first glance, it looks like this first spray was a failure. Seems like it's just coming off, right? I'm trying to wipe it down or whatever, but I get a lot of it on my hands. That's not fun. It's not terrible for a first try. I need to check those ratios again, and probably just spray a little bit better. I got a little bit of a miss spot right there, but I didn't miss anything under the trigger guard. Well, I mean, it's a little light right there, so I just need to spray in just a little better, and I think we'll be all right. Let me see how the other stuff turned out. Let's see if that made a mark. It didn't. Let's see. I didn't want to spray the bottom, so I sprayed the tops of these. Of the PDQ 15. This one seemed to turned out pretty good. I remember all that's going to be covered, so I didn't really even spray that. I just wanted to spray the parts that we're going to get the wear and the use that you're going to see. And it looks like I barely sprayed those in like I was supposed to. Geez, I'm gonna have to get a light source to make sure I'm spraying enough coverage, I think is the issue here. So I thought I was getting coverage, but I actually wasn't. I didn't spray those. I should have sprayed in there, but I missed. So there you go. There's your first pilot from the short that I put out earlier. Here's what here's what my very first Cerakoting job looks like. A not a disaster, but a failure. So I can build on this for the next episode. I'll build on it and try to coat things a little better than I did, and I think we'll be Gucci. So stay focused.